Meet Matthew. He's a freshman at Illinois State University, and he's thrilled because he just declared that he'll be studying Spanish teacher education. He met with his advisor, who informed him about an oral test he would need to take called the OPI. This brought up many questions. What is it? When will he take it? What will the test be like? The Oral Proficiency Interview, or OPI, is an assessment taken by a world language student that measures their level of proficiency in their respective language. Being that this is an assessment, the participant is assigned a score. The scores are not numerical, but instead categorical. The score is a rating of his or her language proficiency according to the categories established by the American Council on the Teaching of Foreign Languages, or ACTFL. As we can see, the first three ratings, novice, intermediate, and advanced, are broken down into further subcategories, low, medium, and high. Most students, including Matthew, will probably score somewhere in these first three macro categories. In order to qualify to student teach, Matthew and all world language students are required to score at least advanced low on the OPI. Matthew says, what exactly does advanced low mean? Well, excellent question. In the link below, you will be directed to a web page where ACTFL describes what it means to be rated as advanced low. Matthew's now wondering how this assessment is taken. Well, this is not a traditional pencil and paper exam. It's an oral proficiency interview. It's a 30-minute phone conversation between the student and an official representative from ACTFL. Cool, he says. Well, when do I sign up to take the OPI? World language students are encouraged to take the OPI directly after having participated in a study abroad semester. This is when a student has the greatest potential for obtaining a high score on the OPI. Nice, he says. Now I know what the OPI is and when I should take it. In order to sign up for the phone interview with the ACTFL representative, the first thing Matthew must do is contact Krista Nave from the Languages, Literatures, and Cultures Department, LLC, at ISU. After Krista gives Matthew the available dates, he must register for the OPI on the Language Testing International website, LTI for short, entering the three most convenient dates for him to take the assessment. Representatives from LTI will notify Krista of the date on which the OPI is scheduled, who will in turn give all the details of when and where to Matthew. Knowing all this information, Matthew decides to take the OPI during his study abroad semester in Madrid. This is the ideal moment because each day presents the opportunity to speak about customary topics, express opinions to friends, or even negotiate himself through an unforeseen difficulty. In the actual OPI, Matthew is aware that the conversation will begin with a warm-up chat about informal matters like his interest or daily routine. Matthew also knows that there will be several level checks, which are aimed at gauging his proficiency level. The proctor will be advancing the conversation based upon information that Matthew provides. He may initially share about his interest in travel, for example. The proctor could very well use this particular topic to ask Matthew to describe or narrate a moment when he had traveled in the past or that he plans or wishes to in the future. Advancing in the level checks on this topic, the proctor would ask Matthew to elaborate on travel through opinions or abstract thinking. Additionally, Matthew may be asked to do a short role play. This is the final check of the proctor in order to confirm Matthew's proficiency level. Different than perhaps any other assessment Matthew has taken, this interview is interactive. The proctor, on the other end of the line, continuously adapts to the interests and abilities of the speaker. This structure was designed to give Matthew plenty of chances to provide the very best sample of his communicative abilities. After all, this is a test of communication proficiency, not a test of knowledge. The proctor takes him to his communicative limits because the OPI is designed to measure where conversation breakdown begins to occur. He could tell he was beginning to struggle when the proctor asked him about hypothetical situations and abstract opinions. At times, he simply forgot the specific term he wanted to say, but he demonstrated that he knew strategies to navigate the language without resorting back to English when he got stuck. Matthew was able to relax and fully engage in the conversation because he knew the proctor would be taking him to his communicative limits. And regardless of this limit, the proctor finally returned to where Matthew was more comfortable conversing and ended on a positive note. Phew, he did it! In just 10 business days, Matthew will discover what proficiency level he had achieved. He knows he did his best and that if he did not achieve the advanced low proficiency, he can retake the test. Below, here's a quick recap of the main steps to jot down as you too prepare to take and to succeed in the OPI.